Hey everyone, again, I hope you're doing well. Just coming back here, I'm just doing a sex love money spread for the rest of this week. This for this format, this time I'm just gonna pull two spreads and interpret those as they come up. The normal format where you get to pick a spread is that will be back either at the end of this week or next week. Let's see how things shake out. But as always, I'm gonna break everything down individually, and I think as a whole as well. So just pick whatever resonates within you. That's your message to take it with you and use it in peace and love. So with that said, let me get started on the spreads. And as always, I'm just gonna pick. It's gonna be one card for sex, one card for love, one card for money for both spreads. The love energy dominates as always. So and I'll be explaining each card individually. So, like, if you find the love energy from one spread fits with you better than the love energy from another spread, then just again, take the message as it works for you, because it's a general reading. So, that's pretty much how we have to do that. So, with that said, let's get started. For the first spread, we've got the Wheel of Fortune reverse for love. Swords. So, and as always, for those who don't quite dig the sex, love, money concept, you can always break these things down for what they are. Sex is creation. If you're familiar with chakras, sex is creation. This resonates with your solar, your sacral chakra. Sorry. Um, Money is manifestation. It resonates with your solar plexus chakra. Love energy dominates all because it just because it resonates with both your root chakra and your heart chakra. And anyone who knows their chakra shit pretty well will tell you that if you have a blocked root chakra, it's all bad. Which is why this love energy dominates, because when you have love, when you have love and you have the safety and the stability that comes with feeling that you are loved and protected, not just from those around you, but from within yourself, and from harmonizing with the earth. So grounding yourself regularly. That's one thing. Um, Really, kind of like healing your old wounds. That's another thing that's really good for the root chakra, and really it depends on where your wounding is, but that's another good thing for your root chakra, and also for your heart chakra, just to just try and clear away old pain, old trauma, old stuff. Just let the old shit go, because that's that's the overall message I'm getting for these spreads. So just like just let the old shit go, because again, we did just have the solar eclipse last week, the partial eclipse in Aquarius, and that brings about new beginnings. There's new things trying to come along, but if you saw the general reading, you see that things are kind of the energy for today, because I'm putting this video up on Wednesday afternoon. It's very loaded, but it's also very sticky. There's a lot of difficulty in movement, because there's just so much going on, and people just really need to make sure they're checking in with themselves first and foremost. So with that said, let me get to the spreads. So for the first spread, we've got justice for sex. The basic message that's coming up here is that you will get out what you put in. So, you know, where is your effort as it relates to sex, as it relates to creation, as it relates to embracing your prowess? embracing your sexuality, embracing your creativity. Um, you want to check in on yourself with that. Like, where are you with that? Are you happy with the way things are going in your sex life? Are you happy with the way you are creating new experiences for yourself? If you're happy with these things, then excellent. You're doing amazing. If you're not, then you need to. This is coming up. Justice is coming up because you need to check in on the energy that you're putting in, that you're giving yourself. Again, I mentioned in the general reading a lot about self love, about the love within. This is a moment where, if you're not liking what's popping up before you, if you're not liking the opportunities that are coming up, if you're feeling like your sex game is a little off, this is when you want to check with the energy that you're putting into yourself. So, are you doing things for yourself? Are you doing things just in general? Are you doing things out of love, or are you doing them because you feel obliged to? Because the latter is a denser energy, and it clogs it's really going to clog things up. There's nothing, again, as always, there's really nothing fun about being in a space you don't want to be in. There's nothing fun about doing things because you feel like you just have no other choice. But as it relates to, I can't speak to specifically what things you may or may not want to do, but um, again, check in with your energy. Check in with check in with the energy you're giving yourself. Are you making it a priority to take care of yourself, or are you putting that on the back burner? Because again, justice, you're going to get out what you put in. So if you keep treating yourself like, you know, it's not a priority, it can wait, I can put it off, I can do it later, then don't be upset when all you get is shit. Because that's what you're giving yourself. You're giving yourself shit energy. You're manifesting shit. So, um, again, just so in closing, justice. You get out what you put in. Moving on to the love energy, we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And it feels like for those of you, if this card resonates within you, it's because the Wheel of Fortune is coming up in reverse, because the Wheel of Fortune is on its face it's about luck. So upright it's generally like a sign of good luck. In reverse it's kind of like a sign of bad luck. But in this context, I'm getting more of a karmic vibe from it. So this is actually, this in a way it's a good thing, but right now it's a tough thing. There's going to be a lot of struggle for people to check in with themselves. If you resonate with this Wheel of Fortune reverse, because what I'm getting from it is a lot of karmic resolutions, a lot of karmic lessons, a lot of karma, um, a lot of lessons, a lot of harsh lessons, a lot of old a lot of old wounds being stirred up. And what's happening is, when you purge all this old stuff from your system, when you purge all these old wounds, all these the old way of thinking and doing things, when you start purging your limiting thoughts and all that stuff from yourself, it's it really it comes out as a mess. So, right now, again, the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, and you may be feeling like you're down on your luck. You may be feeling a bit lonely. You may be feeling insecure. You may be feeling like nobody's got your back. Um, you're kind of like There's kind of like a clip show of your life playing in your head, and it's all the bad moments, and it's kind of got you in a shit mood. Um, but overall, again, this is ultimately for your benefit, because these karmic lessons, all this karmic shit is here, it's being released, and it's being cleared out, and it's gonna make it's really making room for something new to come along. So something new to come along as it relates to love, especially as it relates to self love, as it relates to forgiveness of self, as it relates to acceptance of self, embracing yourself, loving yourself. That's a key theme here. That's a key here, not just because self-love is everything, but because again we did just have two eclipses. The eclipse in Capricorn, the lunar eclipse in Capricorn was about um, breaking apart the things that take your power. This is about the Aquarius eclipse, the eclipse in Aquarius last week. This was about putting that power to use. So this is if you're struggling, just take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. You may have to, try and weather the storm out. Don't fight anything that comes up because it's coming up for a reason. These old feelings are coming up to the surface and they might kick you in the teeth one last time, but then they're leaving. And that's if you let them leave. So this energy here, this love energy, even though it seems like it's very funky right now, it's very, very promising if you're willing to let it do what it's meant to do, because it's going to take you to, again, as I mentioned before, there's newness right around the corner. It's not that it's more like it's trying to manifest itself. There are new things really trying. This is a general message. I'm stepping just for a moment. There's a lot of newness trying to manifest itself in our lives, and there's so many obstacles coming up because we still have to clear away the remnants of the old stuff that limited us, and that's really coming up in the sex, love, money spreads, which is interesting yet not very surprising. Um, Well, that's kind of like the general message here. There's a lot of newness that's trying to manifest itself. It's not waiting or anything. Your blessing isn't waiting. Your blessing is here. It's trying to be here. It's trying to manifest itself in your reality in real time. But it can't because you've got all this old garbage in the way. So again, going to get back on topic, this Wheel of Fortune for love, let all this stuff that's coming to the surface, let it rise and go. Because things aren't going to manifest in your reality. Things aren't going to manifest for you properly. And this is for everything because again, love energy dominates over everything. Nothing is going to go quite right unless you weather the storm and just let it be over. So that's let me move on to the money energy here, which is also looking at the manifest. Sorry, the money energy here, also the manifestation energy, the solar plexus chakra energy. Um, so we've got the Page of Wands, and I like this. sorry again. I like the energy with the Page of Wands. There's there's new potential. There's a lot of new energy. You may be finding that things kind of manifest for you a little bit easier than you'd expect. And what I'm getting with that is that it's kind of inspiring some people to try and step into major new things, hence the Page of Wands. Um, Again, but with that said, let me just say that it's going to, again, until we clear all the old stuff out, you may be having greater success manifesting things, but taking on that new opportunity, embracing this new energy, um, manifesting that next big thing, again, until you clear out all this old energy, all the old energetic remnants of the stuff that these eclipses broke apart because we need to be rid of it. So once those things are cleared away, you're really going to enjoy this energy here, this Page of Wands energy, because it's like you're gonna hit you're gonna hit another level. So in closing for the top spread, we've got justice, which is justice for sex, which is basically you get what you give, your energy, you get the energy you give. You get the Wheel of Fortune reversed for love, which is karmic lessons, karmic resolutions. These are permanent resolutions. So once you learn these lessons, they're gone for good. So if you're struggling this week, just know that this is almost over and it will never come back. If you let healing work for you the way it needs to work for you, and you don't fight the process and you don't try to hide from it, and you don't, you're not lashing out and poisoning everybody with this old pain that's coming up, it's really going to work for you and it's going to be cleared away in a permanent manner. Because the thing about karmic lessons is that once the lesson is received, the karma is gone. There's no need for it to hang around. And then for money for this spread, we've got the Page of Wands again, and that's this new energy. A lot of you, there's going to be a desire to manifest something bigger because you're seeing the little things come together for you so easily. So with that said, let me get to the bottom spread. And we've got the Three of Cups reversed for sex. We've got the Page of Swords for love, and we've got the Six of Swords reversed for money. So for sex, Three of Cups reversed. This is a little messy here. The Three of Cups reversed. The first thing I get from it is just, from a sexual perspective, not just from a creative perspective, but just for sex, is I'm getting a lot of casual situations thrown into turmoil. This is all casual energy here. So like if you've got like a friend or a buddy or friend with benefits, this Three of Cups is kind of your energy here. It's very casual, but it also kind of gives vibes of a third party situation. So you might want to, if things are feeling a little bit off there, you really want to trust your instinct. Trust your intuition, because I get a funky vibe from this Three of Cups reverse. That's the first message. The first message I get from it is kind of like this funky energy here. But the other message I'm getting from it is kind of like, again, because the Three of Cups upright is casual relationships, is casual fellowship, just chill stuff. Um, I'm also getting, like, in this reverse, I'm getting more of a serious energy too. So, like, when it comes to sex, when it comes to creation, a little bit of advice, if this card resonates with you, to have a little bit more fun. You have to loosen up a bit, because the Three of Cups, this Cups energy is supposed to be flowing. It's supposed to be flowing, free, liberating. It's supposed to be a fun time. But in this reverse, again, the second message I get from it is kind of like this rigid, stiff approach, like somebody who's nestled in their habits. You've got your sex routine, or if you're trying to create, again, because this also resonates with creation, you've got that routine in place, and you're not deviating from it. But what I'm also getting here is that it's not working anymore. So, if you're heading into the weekend again and your phone is dry or whatever, you got to check in on what's your process looking like, because again, going back to this eclipse energy, there's a lot of data processes that are gone. They're no good. They don't work anymore, and it feels like some of you have kind of run into a wall here, as it relates to sex, because you're trying to do something that just doesn't work anymore. All right, so moving into love energy here. Um, I'm actually I'm getting a bit of a Wheel of Fortune vibe from this Page of Swords. So, and it's not really the super heavy karmic thing that Wheel of Fortune reverse is dealing with. But what I am getting from this Page of Swords is that people facing, there's a need to face some uncomfortable truths in love. Again, specifically, I believe self love. There's a need to refine your approach to it, because this Page of Swords is kind of bringing a message, and the message, I feel like it's not sitting very well, because there's a lot of people, I think right now, who are like, oh, I totally love myself. I am in love with myself. How could I not love myself? But then the universe rolls that, starts, starts pulling those receipts, and then people start to realize that maybe they're not as loving towards themselves as they thought. And that's kind of like the message I'm getting here with this Page of Swords for love energy. Um, it's just like this, again, it's the truth. It's the slightly unpleasant truth. Like, are you as loving? Are you as forgiving? Are you as are you as respectful toward yourself? Are you as trusting toward yourself? Are you letting things go that do not serve you? Because you look at the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is not carrying anything. The Page of Swords is not with anybody. The Page of Swords doesn't have shit, but their, I should say, their arm, their outfit, their sword, their truth. I say there because sometimes pages present as men, sometimes as women. In tarot, it's a anyway. Unburden yourselves as it relates to love. And love is an all-encompassing thing. It's not just about the act of saying I love you. It's about nurturing. It's about it's about nurturing. It's about discipline. It's about being responsible to yourself. It's about being responsible for yourself. It's about not allowing yourself to poison yourself with, negative thinking and things that you truly you don't even really believe. This Page of Swords comes through with the truth, and the truth is you need to stop giving life to lies. So moving into the money section, we've got the Six of Swords reversed. I'm getting some worried energy here with the Six of Swords reversed. Generally, when the Six of Swords is upright, you're leaving the peace, you're leaving the turmoil to enter the peace. This Six of Swords is reversed. Um, and I'm not getting that people are trying to go back into old things, but what I am getting is that the Six of Swords reverse is when, as it comes to your money, your manifestation, people are creating turmoil. So it's like you're in steady waters, but now you got to rock the boat because you don't know how to adjust to where you are now. That's the vibe that's coming up. That energy that you just there's so much uncertainty. You don't like, is this where I belong? What am I doing here? How do I do what I want to do here? That all of that uncertainty is kind of like you're creating your own you're creating your own chaos. And yeah, that sounds a lot like the Nine of Swords, but in this situation, I'm getting that this is new drama. And the Nine of Swords is mostly just pushing ideas. This kind of is more about just tormenting yourself with shit until it drives you mad. This is you. Oh goodness. This is you actually creating turmoil. So Embrace the thing is just embrace the calm. Because when you stop shaking the boat, you're going to realize that it's actually really still and peaceful, and that you can work in peace. So, in conclusion, we've got the so for this spread, we've got for sex, we've got the Three of Cups reversed, and that is, the main the primary message from that is lighten up. Allow yourself to enjoy yourself. Allow yourself to enjoy things. Nice things exist for to be enjoyed. Nice experiences exist to be enjoyed. Let yourself have some fun. And then for the sword for the love energy, we got the Page of Swords, and that is, again, face the truth. Don't give life to lies. And then for the money, we've got Six of Swords reversed, which is, just don't create stop. Make sure you appreciate the calm and don't create turmoil, because that's what you're used to functioning in. Let there be peace and see how much work you can get done in peace, because you can really do a lot. Okay, so that's gonna be the sex, love, and money reading for this week. We'll likely be back either at the end of the week or next week with another sex, love, money spread, and that will be in the original format. In the interim, again, if anybody is interested in a personal reading, I am accepting clients. I always provision time and energy to take care of my clients as they come up. So I will have a couple links below for all of that. And you all have a great day. Enjoy the weather.